lovely.
Well, we look forward to seeing more of her in the new year.
Yeah, I do too.
You seeing more smiles.
And of course, the royal family's, pretty down. I mean, there's a few operating now. I was at a reception recently and talking to people there, and there's people quite influential in the royal family, and they were saying pretty Harry's not here because Harry was a great communicator. Whether I remember those days. I mean,
do you miss Harry?
Oh, I miss him. I miss him. I mean, I'm not happy what he's done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not happy what he's written, but I remember the good days with him. I remember when we used to go on jobs with him, and
they were fun, weren't they?
Oh, at the end of the tour, we'd all go to the pub. We'd all have a laugh with each other, take the mickey. He'd say what he didn't like. He'd say what he did like. And we would have a laugh, and it was fun. I remember once time in New Zealand, I'd said something on television about him going bald, and he got this painted hand and put it on my head.
I was with you that day.
I mean,
I was with you.
And he said,
you were quite cross about it.
Well, I was cross at the beginning, but I smiled for the photographs because
you did. I did that job, and you were very smiley.
And I said, "What did you do that for?" He said, "Because you told everybody on television I'm going bald." I said, "Well, you said that to a woman yesterday, so I didn't want you to tell the world." But that was fun. And then
we were in New Zealand, weren't we?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I mean. And then I remember on the Copacabana beach playing touch rugby with the kids. I remember but there's Usain Bolt in Jamaica, all those things. He was fun, dancing with the kids in Jamaica in his blue suede shoes.
Do you think the royal family don't have that fun anymore?
Well, I don't think there's that
spontaneity.
Yeah, because he was.
It's kind of joyful, wasn't it?
Because he was. He didn't think about it. I remember once when he hugged the Jamaican Prime Minister. I said, "What did you do that for?" He said, "Well, my father said she liked hugs, so I thought I'd get him first." I mean,
he wasn't stage managed.
No,
I think
he wasn't.
That's what, like Roy said,
and he was a great
spontaneous.
communicator. And then when he was with kids, one of his great charities was Well Child. I did a couple of those.
Arthur Edwards is a notorious photographer known for taking pictures of the British royal family. His career spans several decades, during which he has captured some of the most iconic moments in royal history. He's worked for newspaper for a long time, so he's seen everything. Royal parties, trips around the world, happy times and sad times. His lens has been a silent witness to the evolution of the monarchy, documenting both public and private moments. He's basically part of the royal family's inner circle. His unique access has allowed him to capture the royals in a way that few others can. He was especially close with Princess Diana. Their relationship was built on mutual respect and trust, which is evident in the candid and heartfelt photos he took of her. She even called him our Arthur. This endearing nickname highlighted the bond they shared. Because they were so close, he got to see things most people didn't. His photos often revealed the human side of the royals, showing them as relatable and down to earth. His photos showed the royals as real people, not just fancy titles. This perspective helped the public connect with the royal family on a more personal level. That's how he met a young Prince Harry. From the very beginning, Edward saw something special in Harry. Harry was always the fun-loving, mischievous one, and Edwards loved taking his picture. His playful nature made for some of the most memorable and endearing photographs. He captured Harry's cheeky grin and playful energy. These images showed a side of Harry that was both charming and genuine. Back then, Edwards always said Harry was charming and understood his royal job. He believed that Harry had a natural ability to connect with people, which is a crucial trait for a royal. However, when Harry decided to marry Meghan, Edwards' attitude changed drastically. He never respected Harry's decision and often criticized it. Despite his previous praise, Edwards became one of Harry's biggest critics, showing a side of hypocrisy that many found surprising. His constant attacks on Harry and Meghan revealed a darker side of his character, one that contradicted his earlier admiration for the young prince. He even went as far as to suggest that Archie and Lilibet's parents shouldn't live together, a stance that shocked many and highlighted his deep-seated negativity. When Meghan Markle came into Prince Harry's life, things changed. Her arrival marked a significant shift in the dynamics of the royal family. Meghan, with her background as an American actress and her confident, independent personality, brought a fresh perspective to the royal household. Meghan, an American actress, was confident and independent. She was used to the spotlight and had her own way of handling the media. Her presence was a breath of fresh air for some, but it also stirred up mixed feelings among the public and the royal family. She brought a new vibe to the royal family, but not everyone was happy about it. The traditionalists found it hard to accept her modern approach, and this created a divide. The media was quick to pick up on this tension, often highlighting the differences between Meghan and the rest of the royals. Arthur Edwards, a seasoned royal photographer, definitely noticed the change. He had been capturing the royal family for years and could sense the shift in the atmosphere. However, he was constantly attacking Meghan Markle, criticizing her every move. He wasn't as friendly towards Harry anymore. The camaraderie they once shared seemed to fade, replaced by a more formal and distant relationship. They weren't as close as they used to be. The bond that had been built over years of mutual respect and understanding was now strained. It felt like there was tension, like everyone was walking on eggshells. The once relaxed and jovial atmosphere of royal events was now overshadowed by a sense of unease. Edward's photos of Harry weren't so happy anymore. The images he captured now showed a more serious and contemplative side of the prince. Harry looked more serious, even sad. The weight of his new reality was evident in his expressions. The fun, spontaneous pictures were gone, replaced by photos that showed how much pressure Harry and Meghan were under. The couple's journey was no longer just about love and happiness. It was now also about navigating the complexities of royal life and public scrutiny. Edwards's negative actions didn't stop at photography. He often voiced his biased opinions about Meghan, questioning her intentions and suitability for royal life. His criticisms were relentless, painting Meghan in a negative light and contributing to the public's divided opinion. His actions seemed to stem from a deep-seated bias, further straining the already tense atmosphere. As Harry and Meghan's relationship grew, the news stories about them changed too. Initially, the media was fascinated by their romance, painting a picture of a fairy tale come to life. The public was captivated by their love story, and the couple enjoyed a period of positive coverage. At first, everyone was excited, celebrating their union and the fresh energy they brought to the royal family. Meghan, with her Hollywood background and humanitarian work, was seen as a breath of fresh air. But then the newspapers started being mean to Meghan. The tone of the coverage shifted dramatically, and the media began to scrutinize her every move. Stories that once praised her now turned critical. They focused on every little thing she did wrong, from her fashion choices to her family background. The relentless criticism took a toll on Meghan, who found herself constantly under the microscope. Arthur Edwards, a well-known royal photographer, played a significant role in this media scrutiny. Having followed Harry for years, Edwards initially had a favourable view of him, but was less kind towards Meghan. Edwards often compared Meghan to Kate Middleton, suggesting that Kate was much better at embodying the traditional values and grace expected of a royal. This comparison contributed to the negative portrayal of Meghan. He criticised Meghan for causing trouble and not understanding royal protocols. This narrative painted her as an outsider unwilling to adapt, further fueling negative media coverage. Edwards even blamed Meghan for problems between Harry and important figures like Donald Trump. He suggested that her outspoken nature and political views were creating rifts. While Edwards' criticisms were significant, the media's portrayal of Meghan was likely influenced by a variety of factors, including her race, nationality, and the changing dynamics within the royal family. In America, Harry's life was under scrutiny. Arthur Edwards criticized Harry for abandoning royal duties and trying new things. He refused to respect Harry's decisions, seeing them as a betrayal. Arthur believed Harry should remain loyal to his royal duties. Arthur Edwards often criticized Harry for living in America while being a royal, yet he praised other royals for balancing their freedom with responsibilities. Edwards' views on Harry's move to America also seemed to shift based on public opinion. This inconsistency highlighted a certain hypocrisy in his stance. Does Arthur Edwards miss Harry, or does he miss the narrative he created? When Harry left the royal family, everyone was talking about it. People were curious about his new life, but they also missed the old stories about him. Things were changing, and so were people's opinions. Reflecting on Arthur Edwards' actions, it's clear they had a profound impact on Harry and Meghan. From royal palaces to American cities, their journey has been shaped by both support and scrutiny. Harry and Meghan's story is about resilience, adaptation, and staying true to themselves despite challenges. Their story isn't over yet, and we'll see how they continue to navigate their path forward.